Hello, Gemstones, and welcome to Briar Rose Cottage. And I am Lady Rosemary, Moonstone Crone. Appreciate every single one of my subscribers and followers. I think I'm behind the times on something. There's a lot of stuff going on about data centers, and the little bit of walk into it that I did has left me thinking, because inherently, I don't think the data center is actually the problem. I think it's how the data center is the problem. And I don't necessarily think rich white entitled rich white men are the problem either. I think we are too as well. Because we enjoy all of the benefits of an expanded internet that data centers provide. This is kind of like when, on a lesser extent, when NASA said, we need help processing the universe. Can we please borrow your computer to help record data at a time like when you're sleeping and not using your computer? And lots of people willingly let NASA and space agency people, use their computers because it was really cool that you were part of something bigger. And I will say this again, knowledge is power. It's how we use that knowledge that dictates what kind of power it produces. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and a little bit of power corrupts a little bit, okay? So, gemstones, here's the thought. I don't think data centers themselves are corrupt. I think how they're used and how they're built and how they're powered is the problem. Excuse me. I think they can be powered with their own power grids and therefore not overtaxed power grids. Because there was a bit of a roundabout going on here in Alberta as well, not just down in what recently happened in the United States about data centers. So this one's a discussion. I'm dropping thought bombs in more than a brain fart. I'm dropping thought bombs. I think the solution to the problem is to undermine it all by saying we don't want the status quo anymore. Not fight. Take the knowledge that has been around, that is on the internet, that is in books. Use the gift that Gutenberg gave us with his printing press and learn how to not rely on corporate electricity. There are thousands of ways, I'm sure. There's at least 3. And one doesn't involve massive big windmills that screw up birds or whatever everybody's saying is wrong with those windmills. Why can't we have cute little Dutch windmills that not only grind grain, but produce electricity? Somebody is made comments on videos about if you turn those cat wheel things into, you hook up batteries to that, your cat, while it's trying to lose weight and everything, is producing electricity. Simple treadmill, bicycles, there are plans for all of that. They do not involve corporations making money off of us. So, ultimately, when it comes down to this, corporations are not the problem. We are the problem. Because we buy into the idea that what they offer is easier than providing it for ourselves. We go to the grocery store, we buy groceries. We buy into factory farming to feed ourselves because it is easier than to get together as neighborhoods and have someone has the cow, somebody raises chickens, somebody grows the vegetables, somebody is good at doing all of it, they do all of it. We claim there's a lot of complaining about outsourcing our jobs, our everything, and yet we willingly use corporations who do this. Shane, Walmart, your local phone company, Monsanto, Big Pharma. It's all there. We buy into it that we as en masse need it. Why anyone would buy into the fact that private health care is the best way to go for its citizens, I don't know. There are countries that pay 50% or more income tax just so that they can go and get free prescriptions. There are people who buy tiny homes and move to little plots of land and communities to get away from being attached to a bill that takes money out of their pockets for status. A tiny home says you do not want status anymore. You are happy downsizing and living with less. But status quo says, and corporate America, corporate North America, corporations say in their ads, in the media, that we as a people cannot be happy with one tomato plant. Knowledge is power. So, if that is the answer, is getting smart. How do we be smart about using the internet so data centers are no longer needed? Because just by posting videos on TikTok and YouTube, using PayPal to get money from the games I play so I can, have some extra change in my pocket to help pay for groceries and bills and everything. Facebook and Messenger. How can we do that? And the Gutenberg gave us the answer. It's old school. Books, letter writing, because our society that is built on the internet and technological advancement can be taken down with a electronic pulse, an EMP pulse, an electromagnetic pulse that could wipe everything out that we know today. How much of all of this is actually protected from an electromagnetic pulse that would throw us back into the early 1900s and the Industrial Revolution? Use this. Start thinking and asking questions of corporations as to why we really need them. And then if the answers don't make sense, go build your own little mini things that help your community in your little community. Peace, love, and happiness. Be kind, be